Johnny Carson was one of the most recognizable faces in television history. But behind his calm smile and legendary career, his private life was far more complicated than most people ever realized. When he passed away, what was revealed about his final wishes left many people shocked and confused. The details of his 156 million raised more questions than answers, especially about the one person he chose to leave almost everything to. Join us as we break down the hidden story behind Johnny Carson's fortune. Humble beginnings. Johnny Carson was born in 1925 in Corning, Iowa. His full name was John William Carson. He came into the world during a time when life in rural America was simple but often difficult, especially for families trying to make a stable living. Not long after his birth, his family moved to Nebraska, where he spent most of his childhood. This early change in location played a big role in shaping his personality and outlook on life. Growing up in Nebraska during the Great Depression was not easy. Money was tight for most families, including his own. People had to be careful with spending, and entertainment options were limited. Despite these challenges, Carson's early home life was stable and supportive. He spent much of his time observing the world around him and developing a quiet sense of humor. Even as a child, he showed signs of being thoughtful, observant, and curious about how people reacted to jokes and stories. One of the first things that sparked his interest in entertainment was magic. Carson became fascinated with simple magic tricks at a young age. He did not have professional tools or training, but he practiced small tricks and illusions on his own. He would perform them for family members and friends, learning quickly that people enjoyed being surprised and amused. This early interest in magic helped him build confidence in performing in front of others. Around the same time, radio became an important part of American homes, including his. Carson listened closely to radio programs, especially comedy shows and variety programs. These broadcasts introduced him to timing, delivery, and voice control. Without seeing the performers, he focused only on how they used their voices to make people laugh. This helped him understand that words and tone alone could create strong entertainment. As he grew older, Carson went to school in Nebraska and continued to develop his interest in performance. He was not known as the loudest or most outgoing student, but he had a sharp mind and a strong ability to observe people. Teachers and classmates noticed that he had a natural sense of timing when he spoke. He often took part in small school activities where he had a chance to experiment with performing in front of others. During his teenage years, Carson began to think more seriously about a future in entertainment. He did not have a clear path yet, but he knew he enjoyed making people laugh and holding their attention. He continued practicing magic tricks and sometimes performed at small local events. These early performances were simple, but they gave him valuable experience in dealing with audiences. After finishing high school, Carson briefly attended the University of Nebraska,